This is my Escontheria geniculata, or the giant Brazilian white-knee tarantula. He's going to be getting a new home today because he's a little bit, not necessarily too big for where he is, but yeah, he could use a little bit more space, I have a feeling. And now seems like a good time to do it. So this is what he's going to be going in. It's a microhabitat from Zilla. It's the terrestrial version of their habitats. We're going to have this little bit of cocoa matting in here because I want to keep the two sides separated. This will be a bit drier. This will be a bit wetter. Backwards. This will be drier because it's got the succulents in it. This will be a little bit wetter because it's going to have a thing of baby tears in that back corner. The reason why I have that barrier is so I can keep this side a little bit drier and this side a little bit wetter, and at the same time prevent him from digging around into places I may not want him to be, which is why the baby tears is going to be in that pot, so he can't dig them up, and he likes to dig holes. He has calmed down now that he has gotten bigger, but as a spiderling and a much smaller little dude, he was digging holes all over the dang place and burrowing and making a mess out of his enclosure. Now he's more of a terrestrial tarantula like he's supposed to be. So, I'll be back on the rest of this a little bit later. The Zilla microhabitats, $40, can't complain. They work. The plants at, $6. These three were like $3 a piece. $9, and those are just some ALOs that I've had sitting around for a while that I was trying to figure out what to do with. So yeah, we're gonna start with that and go from there. Somebody's trying to play hide and go seek on moving day. Little spooder legs sticking out with a big belly hidden. Buddy, whether you like it or not, you're gonna have to go into your new home. Okay, now that the TV's on pause and you can see my messy workspace, what we're going to do now is finish the planting. I already added the soil. Put the beaver down here so it's space to work. So we're going to finish up the plants. The soil's already in. The geniculata is the Brazilian white knee, and they are good with moisture environments. But what I wanted to do is allow that he has space to be have a little bit more moisture in his environment, or be a little bit drier. And this will be easier for him to tunnel around and build burrows in rather than the all natural potting soil we got going on over here, which will be a little bit denser and not as easy for him to dig holes in and make new burrows and stuff like that. Even though he is at an age where that seems to have been reduced and he's doing less and less burrowing as he's been getting bigger and older. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to put the baby tears over there. These plants have already been all set up, so I just have to discombobulate things and then replant them. So this is going to go right here in this corner here. And I just want to make sure I get it up to the level that I want. And then we're just going to add the substrate in around it as we go. There's going to be a few other things added in here, so I'm going to have to hit pause eventually and go and grab those things, because there's going to be some moss around here just to help hold moisture in around the roots of the plant. So that will be like that, and that'll be in that corner for him. Then we have this whole space over here where it's going to be drier, where we have these little tiny succulents, and maybe, just maybe, we'll put in a something a little bit bigger with those ALOs, but I have not entirely made up my mind about that as of yet. Okay, so now we got our moss over here. I got the other stuff that I needed. I'm just gonna stick the moss over here, get a little damp. Dry out a bit, but should be okay. Moss seems to be surprisingly resilient. Someone's got a bike. So now the moss is nice and damp. What I'm going to do is just kind of bury it in here like so. Put this piece in here like so. Just kind of squish it in there nice and nice. Take this little piece, squish that in there, which is kind of disappeared now because it turned black with the soil. That's handy. That's why we have paper towels. There we go. That's better. Now I'm going to water it on the plants a little bit. And this will self everything. What it's doing. That's all nice and freshly planted. Well planted. And then what I'm going to do to help hold in some more of this moisture is I have some orchid moss. We'll go over some of this as well. And if you need some hot spice, where did I put that? Oh, I don't know where I put it. Well, we're going to take this guy here. Hide that right there. Where did the other stuff I have go for him? I do not know. I cannot take it on. I do not know. I guess I just don't know. What I'll do. That did not work quite the way I wanted it to at all. Where did that other thing I was going to use in here go? Yeah, that'll work. It'll help make a support for everything. So we're going to add this little guy here. Just so. That may not. That may eventually change. What I want to do is use it so I can make a little bit of a bridge for them. I'm going to use it as a support to build them a pre-existing burrow as I get ready to put them in there. So we have the all-important paintbrush of doom here. So let me make sure you can see this. You can see this along with my messy workspace, so we're perfect. Take this thing, move this back a little bit. Move this like this a little bit. Put him here. Now we can see everything, including my mess. It's great. So, we're going to take the top off of this. Put that right there. I'm going to take this other hide, which he's had forever, and maybe put that right there. He still somehow manages to fit under there. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but it does. Add some of this orchid moss. Just like right in here. Right there. A little bit under there. Just to give them something to hide with. A little bit in there. Maybe a little bit more. There we go. And that should help also keep some of the moisture in because it'll block the soil. Yeah, I'm unplanting my plants. So, Mr. Stinkfinger over here is trying to blend in with his surroundings. Somebody's trying to play hide and go seek on moving day. Little spooder legs sticking out with a big belly hidden. Buddy, whether you like it or not, you're going to have to go into your new home. Hey, buddy. So, I'm debating on how to do this. I'm going to try it this way. Don't do what I'm doing. This is a really stupid idea as far as how I'm going to ultimately do this. I'm going to try and goose him up. He's going to hit my fingers. And this is my first time holding him. And I'm just going to slowly, but surely, try and gently. Oh, you're okay. Get him up there. Get him to touch. And he is down. That is actually only my second time holding a tarantula, and I wasn't too sure I was going to be able to do that with him because he does seem to be a bit on the skittish side. So that is a big proud moment for me. And I will take this enclosure here, clean it out, and get it ready for when somebody else... Oh, I got to put water on that thing. Gets big enough for their next enclosure. But that's it. Mr. Gina Colada here has been rehomed successfully. And I'm going to give him a couple days to settle in. And then I will feed him and kind of go from there. And there'll be an update, I'm sure, as a short somewhere along the way, just to let you know how he's doing. But yeah, we'll take it one step at a time. If things need to change there to make him happier, we'll change it accordingly. And the good thing about having the dry side and the wet side is that I can monitor him. If he prefers to be on the dry side, I can let the wet side dry out a little bit more and change up the plants and the moss or whatever accordingly. Or if he decides he likes to be on the wet side more, I can change up what's over here a little bit just to kind of balance it out and make it the environment that he likes the most. But we'll take it one step at a time. For now, we managed to rehome Mr. Gina Colada over here, the Brazilian white knee tarantula. And remember, he's from Brazil. In the rainforest, they do not get a lot of dry time. So this enclosure should be on the wetter side, which is what I'm going to go for. But we'll let him dictate what he likes, and we'll go with that. If he prefers it drier and he stays on the drier side, we'll put some more arid stuff on the other side just to balance it out for him so he gets what he needs to be a happy little tarantula. But for now, we're going to call it a night. And he's all locked in and secure.